Hello and welcome to Youngstown Playlist, a show dedicated to highlighting local musicians right here in Youngstown, Ohio. Today's band is the youngest band we've had on the show, but they prove that age is just a number when it comes to musical talent. Rounding out the playlist is Spirit of the Bear.
I said the feelings don't go, I beg you, just know my name. I said the high ground's not open, no, I don't feel your pain. I said the feelings don't go, I beg you, just know my name. The high ground's not open, no, I don't feel your pain. Stop asking me questions. I've got no answers for you. Don't give me directions. All of my maps I've torn up. The way that you go, I'll never know what my feelings mean. So I take it slow. Now all of your questions, I tear them out from the floor up. The feelings don't go, I beg you, just know my name. I say the high ground's not open, no, I don't feel your pain. I say the feelings don't go, I beg you, just know my name. I say the high ground's not open, no, I don't feel your pain. My mind is a mess now. You've got me down, out, and hold up. I'll get out of this town, start a new life. Oh, you won't let me leave. I beg and I plead. I'm here on my knees. I'm tired to believe. I'm begging you this now. Release me, let me be free. The feelings don't go, I beg you, just know my name. I say the high ground's not open, no, I don't feel your pain. I say the feelings don't go, I beg you, just know my name. I say the high ground's not open, no, I don't feel your pain. I said the feelings don't go, I beg you, just know my name. I said the high ground's not open, no, I don't feel your pain.
That was fun.
You've recorded an album, so kind of talk about how you navigated the waters to make that happen.
Well, you know,
We
there's
definitely
been,
we deal with a lot less. Like we know the signs of when there's dumb stuff about to happen, so we avoid it a lot better now. Because like back then, I feel like that was like one of the biggest things. Was like we were just anything that we could play, we'd play.
You take any gig, you know?
Yeah.
The three of us together recorded an EP at the beginning. And like we would play, you know, coffee shops, we would play wherever. We did the release show for it in like a church basement, you know? It was a fun show, but like the first time we played here was like shortly after Ethan joined the band. And that was probably our first introduction to the actual scene, and that was almost a year after we started, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
It also didn't really help that we were young, because I feel like a lot of people didn't take it
we were
seriously
all like
at
16
first.
at the time, 17.
So like, because
You
like
know.
we'd be able to play, and like after we'd play it'd be good, but a lot of times it's hard to be able to convince people like, hey, like
Go out.
really like we can like trust us, like we'll put on a good show.
But at the time, I was 16. Jamie was
Jamie was 13.
15.
He's almost
you know,
he's almost old enough to
and we're
cry.
still
We're still pretty young.
we're still all young, you know, like we're all between 18 and 21 still. So like, but like we've come a long way.
Do you prefer the full-fledged recorded version, or do you like trying to rework it for acoustic? Which do you,
Regular. Our shows.
why is that?
Our shows are huge.
I like loud things.
Loud.
Especially with like the electronic synthy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Our shows are just
The live, like, I mean, our live version is still different than the recordings. Though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's even like transfer in that.
It all needs modified, but like our live show is like pretty just big sounding, which is like always amazing.
Do you guys pull any influences that are non-musical? Like,
yeah.
does
Definitely.
you see something or read something and you're like, oh, we have to do a song based off of that?
Yeah, I mean, we have songs about different things. We also have songs that are about nothing.
A lot of the time, the inspiration ends up being something non-musical. Because I feel like we're all kind of like sporadic, random dudes. So like sometimes it's like we'll be just talking about something and something that happens. So it's really kind of just up to whatever might be happening if we're around.
I go to school for music, so like we have to do a lot of stuff like that, I guess. For like we had a project where we had to make this song, and like my friends and I were doing it, and like we found this chain, and that's what we were talking about there. I found this chain, and we just like ended up for the snare sound, use it like we just took the chain and just smacked it on the snare drum. So like that's something that was like cool, and that like it's something that you take inspiration from, just to be like, oh, this is something that's totally not musical, something that's totally unrelated, but we could definitely make it work.
Where do you see yourself going after tonight's big show?
We have plans this summer to record a new album, or at least write a new album by the end of the summer, because Mike's renting out like an old house for the summer, so we're, I think, all gonna move in there for a few weeks and like just get all of our music equipment in there and pound out an album together, which is like something we haven't done before, because throughout the last album, like Dan was in Boston a lot of the time for school, so we would a lot of the times just send back and forth stuff, and then kind of we stitched the album together through that.
It's a very weird process.
It was, but this
be nice
one
to have us all.
this one is gonna be, we're all gonna be together in a room for 2 weeks, like recording an
There's a
album.
lot of ideas being bounced off one another too.
I would say legitimately, we have so much like
We have like a lot of
we
just
have so much stuff.
because
James was counting it in the car, and he was like going like this all
Yeah.
the
I
way.
was like, I
was
have a
like, that's
notebook
lot
filled
of
with
things.
like I wrote down all the ideas that we had like a few months ago.
and I definitely have like 10
was
more
like,
now.
yeah, I'm saying-
Well, because we'll just come up with stuff and like send it out into like our group message and be like, this is like a 1 minute demo thing I made. How do we like it? That's cool. And then so the plan this summer is write all those songs.
Yeah.
Pick like 15, record those, and then
40.
narrow it down to like a
400.
12-song album, and then have some B-sides.
That's cool. And it's not as daunting if you go into it with so many ideas to pull from. You're not like, all right, we're doing this, and then you're like, where do we start?
Yeah, we're recording an album.
What's like your most favorite memory of a performance? Like what stands out to you?
Last year we played at the same place we're playing tonight, the B&O station. We weren't really expecting much of a big audience.
We promoted it okay.
And like the first band started playing, there was like a decent amount of people there. But then like as soon as we got on, I just realized like the room was packed.
It was like an
packed.
otherworldly experience, because we had never played a show that big that was like our show before. Because
There were people coming to that show that I never expected. Like,
we sold over 200 tickets. It was insane. Like
That was like the first time I was like, after we finished playing, I got off, and like I think I was talking to you, and I was like, oh my god, we're like a real band.
That's our show. I want to thank Spirit of the Bear for performing and talking with us. I want to thank everyone at Suzie's Dogs and Drafts downtown for letting us use their location, and thank you for watching. Remember to like and share this video and to like our Facebook page. I hope you enjoyed watching the show as much as we enjoyed making it and getting to know some of the great musical talent that is right here in Youngstown, Ohio. I suggest that you go out and see them live, buy their music, but whatever you do, please remember to support local music. Thanks for watching.
We've dealt with a lot of like shows where it's just
We've had our highs and
constant
lows.
batterings of horrible
Guys'
things happen.
backyards in front of 4 people.
Yeah, we played in
Show trades.
we played in like southern Indiana last year in this guy's backyard. It was really weird.
He was like, yeah, no, it's gonna be a good like show trade. Like you're gonna like this place. Like it's gonna be a good house show. And it's
really
set
bad.
up in a backyard. Like some people brought pop. Like it was.
There was a squirrel skull though in the backyard. That was really cool.
That's not true.
That
But,
was
but,
the
in
best
that,
thing about that.
but in that same like tour, we played, you know, some really cool shows. You know, like basically we went from playing that to like 2 days later we came home to Youngstown and played in here to 150 people. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, give and take. It's just about where you concentrate your efforts, I think.